So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Untitled Games, bringing you, as you can see before you, an updated fusion version of Dark Magician. So we've got brand new cards, brand new artwork, all from Dual Power. So I'm going to go straight into this deck profile. There's no surprise that this is the first deck profile to come from Dual Power. You know, I'm a massive fan of Dark Magician as it is. I'm going to take you through this build, explain what it is, and the best thing about this build, it is budget. You guys out there can build this crazy cheap. Now obviously if you do have them, putting stuff in like Thanos's, more hand traps, you can play the Sanctum engine with scythes. You can also put in stuff like impermanences if you got lucky out of your Dual Power. That of course, as I've said in the past, adds a new dimension or a bit more consistency to the Dark Magician deck. But regardless, this is a budget version and I'll show you exactly how it works as well. So of course we play triple Dark Magician. I've decided to use the new art for this profile purely because it is after Dual Power. I will be returning to the original OG art. That is my personal choice. This art is very nice nonetheless. Triple Magician's Rod, quite straightforward and simple on this one. Double Magician of Dark Illusion, again, quite straightforward and simple on this one. And Double Apprentice Illusion. All quite straightforward right now. Then we move on to the fusion engine of that, and that is basically just 2 Keeper of Dragon Magic. If you want to make it more consistent, you can play it free. But what you've got to keep in mind is, once you've discarded a card to add the poly, you've used that effect. It's mainly that its second effect to reveal 1 fusion monster just allows you to revive a Dark Magician. So, you know, I believe you can use Eye of Timaeus on a face down Dark Magician, so that can be very helpful as well. And then, of course, moving on, we've got the 1 Dark Magician Gale. Now, this becomes even more self-explanatory a little bit later on when you see the brand new card that we received from Dual Power, which is insanely good. And then, of course, we've got the 1 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. Again, more consistent in this deck now that we have Crowley, and I'll show you exactly what Crowley does afterwards. And then finally for the monsters is 3 hand traps. So these can be any hand traps you wish. They can be Drolls, Ogres, Ashes, Bells if you've got them. Anything around that price. But these are, I think it's like £6 for an Ultra, so I think even the commons are going to go down in price. So that gives you a nice play set of Ashes or hand traps because you want to have some form of disruption on your opponent's turn. Alternatively, if you just go, you know what, I'm just going to make this deck go power through going second, using stuff like Prankatops, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber and give yourself the Dark Rising. That then allows you to have another level 7 Dark on the board and you can start putting the Lure of Darknesses into the deck as well. Moving on to the spells, triple Eye of Timaeus. This is the fusion build. We have so many different options right now. I believe in total there are 5 different fusion monsters that we can go into in our extra deck, and Eye of Timaeus is the best way of doing it because it doesn't require that second material. We've then got triple Dark Magical Circle. Very cool card as well. Very important. You want to be getting this off of Rod first, and if you've already got this, then Rod can start searching out your other pieces. Now onto the brand new card, and that is Double Bond between Teacher and Student. Incredibly cool card. If you control Dark Magician, special summon 1 Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck or graveyard. Then you can set 1 Dark Magic attack, Dark Burning attack, Dark Burning Magic, or Dark Magic Twin Burst directly from your deck. You can only use 1 bond between Teacher and Student per turn. It is searchable by Circle. It is also searchable by Rod. It does get you Dark Magic Attack, which really you don't need in your main deck. Dark Burning Magic, which is if you control a Dark Magician Girl, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. The brand new card, which is Dark Magic Twin Burst, it basically allows you to buff up your Dark Magician, but it is not a quick play. But what it can search and what is incredibly powerful is Dark Burning Magic. It is a quick play. It is also, if you control monsters whose original name are Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, destroy all cards your opponent controls. So yes, the downside is you do have to set it, so it means you can't activate it the turn you search it out or set it. But it does mean that during your opponent's turn, if you leave Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl on the board, you have a full board clear. That means you are dealing with your opponent's back row, you are dealing with your opponent's front row. If they get cautious, or they're either going to play around it, play cautiously, or they're going to try and build their board. But the second they do anything dangerous, you just go boom, and you nuke their entire board, take it back to step 1. And at any point do your board feel threatened that you feel that you might lose your Dark Magician, or your Dark Magician Girl. Of course you do have navigation that if you have that, you can bring that out and make it a bit more protective in its sense as well. Then, of course, we've got the Spellbook Engine, double knowledge, and double secrets. And the reason I've done 2 and 2 is purely because they are searchable off of Crowley, and when we get there I'll explain it. The one Sage Stone. Now, if you open up lucky enough and you've got a Sage Stone, let's say you've got navigation, you play the navigation off, and then you have a bond between teacher and student and a Sage Stone, whether you normal summon whether you search them out or hard draw them, what you can do is you play bond between teacher and student, search out your dark or set your dark burning magic, then you play a Sage Stone. Your board has gone from 1 Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl to 2 Dark Magicians and a Dark Magician Girl. So it allows you to extend your board a little bit further, and again, Sage Stone is searchable as well, which makes it all that much better. We've then got the 1 Monster Reborn. The glare is going to kill me on this one. I'll try and nudge it down a little bit. There you go, without making it too dark. The 1 Polymerization, because you search this off of Dragon Keeper, Magician of Dragon Magic. I'll get my words right correctly. Keeper of Dragon Magic, there we go. Illusion Magic to revive your Dark Magicians back to hand, because sometimes you need that for your navigation. And finally, your Dark Magic Inheritance. You've got so many spells. Your Poly, your Monster Reborn, Sage Stone, Bond Between, Dark, all of this can end up in the graveyard, especially if you play the Spellbook Engine. Straight away you got 2 cards, and that gives you more consistency to get your Sage Stone or your Bond Between as well. I mean, if Bond Between was a quick play, it'd just be crazy. Then onto the trap. Very small trap lineup. Triple Navigation and double Eternal Soul. The downside with Dual Power is Navigation didn't get a reprint, but it has had an Ultra print and a second secret print in the Megatins as well, so it shouldn't be too hard to get hold of. These are all very, very cheap, especially the spells as well. There's nothing in the spells now that Spellbook of Knowledge had a reprint that is overly expensive. Eye of Timaeus might be your only form of trying to get hold of it, but that's been in Common, Ultra and Secrets. You should be absolutely fine. Monsters wise, you've had so many prints of Dark Magician, there's no excuse there. Magician of Dark Illusion is a couple of quid. Apprentice might be your most expensive because it's only officially had 2 prints, one in the legendary Yu-Gi decks and one as the Jump promo. Keeper of Dragon Magic was a promo, you picked it up for about £1. So many Dark Magician Girl prints, so many Prophecy prints, and then obviously Triple Ash Blossom, like I said, it's on its 5th print right now, so you should be able to pick them up very, very easily and cheaply. Now onto the extra deck. I'll leave the fusion monsters for last, so we'll burn through the link monsters. Straight away you've got the 1 Wee Witch Apprentice, then you've got the 1 Link Spider. That can obviously, you get rid of your Dark Magician, loop into your Eternal Soul and do plays from there on. And then of course we've got the 1 Crowley, the First Prophecia. This card is very, very cool. So it's 2 spellcaster monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can reveal 3 spellbook cards with different names from your deck, and your opponent randomly picks one for you to add to your hand. Also shuffle the rest into the deck. You can only use this effect of Crowley once per turn. Each turn, 1 level 5 or higher spellcaster monster you normal summon can be summoned without tributing. So the idea is, the issue is you need to keep this alive, or you need to maintain your normal summon. But if you're able to maintain your normal summon, you can normal summon your Magician of Dark Illusion for free, and then activate the spellbook that you've searched off of Crowley. And then that will allow you to revive a Dark Magician from grave if, of course, that's where they are. You can easily put Summon Sorceress in this deck, and I'll show you what you can take it out for as well. The reason I've done this is not about link climbing. It is all about kind of getting a Link 2 on board to get you 2 fusion monsters, or just looping around your fusion monsters using Eternal Soul. So for the XYZs, we've got the 1 Naruto. This can easily be your Summon Sorceress, your Phoenix, or of course your Cerberus, really dependent on what you want to use on that. You've got the 1 Red Eyes Flare. This can actually just see games out. Your number 11 Big Eye, again, not as necessity right now, but it's still very, very good as it is a dark spellcaster. And of course, taking one of your opponent's link monsters can be very, very useful. Ibon High, now I say this every time, it's very rare that I actually play this card. It is more of a defensive card, especially if I'm going to play like the viruses, anything like that, then he is the best choice. But because I'm not playing the viruses in the main, you can use him as a side. You don't have to play him, but he's still a very, very good card to use. And then of course, double Ibon Illusion. Again, incredibly powerful card. You can, if you wanted to, as alternatives, you can also play Cosmo Brain as well. That helps increase your rank 7 potential. Now onto the fusions. Of course, we start off with the brand new fusion, and that is of course Dark Cavalry. So Dark Magician plus 1 warrior monster, but if you use Eye of Timaeus, you bypass that. Gains 100 attack for each spell or trap card on the field and in the graveyard. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. When a card or effect is activated that targets a card on the field, quick effect, you discard 1 card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Then of course we've got the Amulet Dragon. This one is negates spells. So I believe it is, sorry. Must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials or with the Eye of Tomycin, cannot be special summoned by other ways. If this card is special summoned, target any number of spell cards in the graveyard, minimum 1. Banish those targets, and if you do, this card gains 100 and tap for each. Banished by this effect. If this card is destroyed, you entire 1 spell card type monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. And then, of course, we've got the Dark Paladin. Dark Paladin is the one that negates spells. I should have known that. So, Dark Paladin requires Dark Magician and Buster Blade. It looks incredibly cool. But again, Eye of Tomycin bypasses that. And then off of your Dark Magician Girl, you can go into Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials or with Eye of Tomycin, cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, during the player's turn, you send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 face-up card on the field and destroy it, so that's pretty cool. And then the most important fusion monster, and that is Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Now the best thing about this is, let's say you've got Poly. So, let's say you do the whole Poly combo, and you've got Eye of Tomycin in hand as well. So, I think your opening hand would be... I'll try and tie this up so I can show you a bit better. So just try and think off the top of my head exactly what you need. Yes, you would need 3 cards, but from these 3 cards, as long as you've got a way of searching out Eternal Soul, you'll be in the plus. So these can be extended any which way. If you've got Circle on board, you've got another extension. Eternal Soul is probably your best one, but the way you would work on this one, normal summon your Keeper of Magic. Keeper of Magic would ditch the Dark Magician, search out your Poly. You'd then use Keeper of Dragon, reveal any of these, set the Dark Magician down, activate your Poly, go into these, straight away brings out your Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, your Poly, yep, Poly, there you go. And then what you do is you'd use Eye of Tomycin to turn this one into a second one, and then with your Eternal Soul, if you had it, that's your extension of the other 2 cards or the 3 cards, you can then bring one back, and straight away you've got 2 3k beaters on board that protects your spells and traps as well. So that's just a minimal, like, not the best kind of combo, but it's just a nice small one where Poly and Eye of Tomycin can work hand in hand to get you a pretty stable and decent board. And then, of course, like I said, if you've got Eternal Soul, if you've got Navigation, and any kind of other cards in your hand, you can extend your board a little bit further as well. So that is it for the deck profile. Quite straightforward, simple and to the point. And like I said, it is budget. If you want to put any more money into it, like I said, you've got Thanasis, you've got Cosmo Brains that won't cost you huge amounts of money, but other budget options, you've got a Prankertops level 7, which is really, really good. If you do put the Thanasis in, you can put Mahard in, because then it means Mahard is a little bit more consistent. Another option you can go with is the Orcus Nightmare. So what you do is you get Ibli, Cerberus and Phoenix in here, and the way you would go is you'd go into Phoenix, deal with any back row, turn Phoenix into Mermaid. Mermaid then brings out your Orcus Nightmare, and then if you have the ability to get a Dark Magician on board as well, you've got an instant rank 7 straight away there. So it's just another cheap kind of budget option if you want to play around with the deck. But like I said, this build is purely focused on going into the fusions. We will be bringing you a build. I'm going to get Chris to do that for us, just so you can have someone else talk about Dark Magician and give you a different perspective. And he will do a ritual-based build as well with the Magician of Chaos. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. What's up, YouTube? Dan here with All Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.